The next thing we're going to talk about is how to properly reference your work. So you're getting at that point where you're going to be paraphrasing and you're going to be giving credit for the authors that you're researching, these scholarly sources. You already know how to create the title page and the reference page. So welcome to the APA lecture. For your in-text citations, you're going to be taking ideas from another author and putting them in your own words. So you're going through the encode, the decode, and then the re-encode into your own words, and you're creating a sentence. And that idea, though it's in your own words, is another author's idea. So you have to properly give them credit. In APA, you're required to do two things. One is to have the last name of the author, and the second thing is to have the year of publication. Those are the only two things that APA requires when you're paraphrasing. And please don't quote in our class. I don't want to see patchwork of quotes within your work. I want everything paraphrased. So this is an example, a really simple example of how you can create an in-text citation after you've paraphrased it. And you'll notice that there's a couple things that are a little bit different from the reference page. The last name does not have those initials. The reference page, we had those initials. And then the other thing, these are in parentheses, and this is in text, which means that the period comes over here instead of over here. If you're used to using other types of referencing styles, sometimes you put in page numbers. So APA at this time, in this edition, doesn't really use page numbers unless it is a direct quote or a statistic. So if you're using a statistic, then you're going to want a page number in there. But otherwise, you're not going to be applying that. And then the only time that this would not be within the sentence is if it is a direct quote. So that's the first way to create an in-text citation in APA. The second way to create an in-text citation is to start blending in those two pieces of information within the sentence. So in this example, what I've done, and everything in here is made up, so this is not, these aren't true statistics that I have up here, or true sentences. But what I've done is I've incorporated the name of the person within the sentence, and then right after the name, if you do it this way, then you have to have the year of publication immediately after the name of the person. This is an excellent way to show off somebody's credentials. So what you're doing is you're throwing in a name drop, saying, look at how smart this person is that thinks this. And you're borrowing their credibility to esteem your own work. So you're showing off that, hey, this is, Dr. Smith who has some kind of credentials. And it would be even better if you told me who Dr. Smith was, if it wasn't obvious. But excellent way to show off credentials, especially at the beginning of a presentation. And this is getting a little bit more user-friendly for public speaking, because you do need to cite when you are delivering your presentations. So this is already written in a way that's getting you to where you are showing in-text citations within your writing. The other way to create an in-text citation, and if you notice this does not have any parentheses anywhere, is because we've incorporated both of those things, the author and the year of the publication, within the one sentence. And you're serving two purposes. You're doing the name drop, so you're showing the credibility of another person. You're showing off that you're studying under a person that has been doing this a while. And the other thing is, notice the state, it's current. Okay, so you're not using some old information, you're showing off that this is the latest and greatest stuff out there. So this is exceptionally user-friendly for public speaking. And I would recommend to put this type of a citation more heavily weighted at the beginning of your main points. So if we can show off right when you're starting a new main point that not only am I using the credibility of another person, but I'm also using current information that may be relevant for you. So if you're talking about an ancient culture, that may not be as relevant. But for some of you, this date's going to be something you want to show off. Then you should. You should do that when you're paraphrasing. Technically, that's it. That's all you have to do in APA for in-text citations. And this slide, you have access to this online. This slide, it just shows everything all at once in the different types of styles. So it's a nice reference for you. Okay. Common things that you're going to run into when you start putting this together. Multiple authors. Okay, I don't know how many of you are looking at references that have several author names. Okay, a couple of you are. So this is going to be relevant to you for your in-text citations. This is going to come up probably for all of you in our next assignments. If you have two names, two authors, you use a little and sign, comma, 2016. If you have 3 or more authors, the first time you have to list all of the authors in an in-text citation. The second time, you can go to this thing that says et al. And it's some kind of Latin derivative that's just saying the rest of them. And you can use that for the rest of what you're working on. Less to do. If you have a source that has, let's say you have a piece of information and you see it listed in 2 different sources, cite both of the sources and you list them here with a semicolon and you alphabetize by the author's, first author's last name. You may see that in your next presentation. Probably not this one, where we aren't requiring very many references for this one. Okay, let me ask you a question. You're reading something and the author cites another author, but you want to use that piece of information. Who do you cite?
The original author.
If you can find the original author. Let's say that you can't find it. Let's say it's not listed in EBSCO, where you found the information.
So if you don't find the author, you don't like put the name of the website